Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I have my green wig on. Before this video goes up, I should have the review on this wig. So by the title, you guys can see that this is going to be a update on how everything is going with me being a full-time beauty vlogger, YouTuber, influencer. First off, I want to shout out to my Premiere Squad. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to you guys. If you want to be a part of Premiere Squad, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications, click that bell, and then scroll up to the part that says all, and you should be notified every time I do another upload. I've just been enjoying talking and everything with my Premiere Squad. We watch the video together and we just live chat. It's way easier for me to answer questions during the premieres because they're right there and it's more of a immediate, interaction. Shout out to the Premiere Squad. But like I said, today's video I'm going to be updating you guys on what it's been like being a full-time influencer. So if you are new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. I have been doing YouTube for over 6 years. March made it 6 years. I started in 2013 as just a hobby. I started recording in my parents' bathroom. All of those older videos from 2013, they're still up. Yeah, so I was inspired to start my YouTube channel because I am one of the people that have been watching wig reviews and stuff for years. I used to watch Muffins Is My Lover. I've been watching her style for a super long time. Atia, Thomas Adriana, whole bunch of ladies, like the super OG ladies of like the wig community. 2013, I had just graduated from undergrad with a degree in art, and I didn't really know what I was going to do with that degree at the time. And so I just decided to start recording wig reviews because I felt like the way that I do things, or my particular approach to wig reviews, is different. Everybody has a different way of doing their wig reviews. So I was like, let me just try this out. And I never thought this would be a serious full-time career at all. I didn't approach it like that. I just approached it as, I love wigs. I'm going to do some reviews. I might eventually work with some companies and get some free hair. That was it. Just a background on my education. I have my bachelor's degree in fine art, so that's in drawing and ceramics. Then in 2015, I got my master's in art education. So the early days of my channel, like 2013, mainly 2014, you would hear me talk about, getting my master's degree and being in graduate school and everything. That was what I wanted to do because I thought that was the practical route of using my art degree, was to go into art education. So in December of 2015, both me and Adrian graduated. He graduated with his degree in graphic design, and I graduated with my master's in art education. So we both got our first, grown-up jobs in December of 2015, and I started teaching in January of 2016. Right away, I'm telling you guys, like 2 weeks into teaching, I was like, this ain't for me. First of all, the school I taught in that's a rough area. I know some people like teaching like super pristine, counties and, districts and stuff, but mine was not. I had a rough group of kids. Not only that, but the art teacher they had before me, they loved. So me coming in, they were not feeling that. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do this every day. Not only the part of, having to deal with so many discipline issues and everything. I had to commute 45 minutes a day, back and forth. I was just like, this job is just too time consuming for me. It was just taking up too much time, and then when I would get home, I would be so tired. And I felt like when I started teaching, it did kind of make my channel suffer a little bit because I was just so tired. I was just kind of like, I never stopped filming, but I was just so tired. I didn't, film as intensely as I did before. During my summers and stuff, I would go super hard. If you go look at summer of 2016 on my channel, I have this video where I get my first like really nice camera, and I'm just talking about, you know, how one day I want to do this full time and I wish summer would never end. I wanted to quit my job then and be a YouTuber, but I was like, the money was not there at the time. And I'm not somebody that just jumps out the window and does stuff off the fly like that. Like, no. I wanted to quit then, but I didn't have all the sponsorships and the views and well, back then, I did have good views back then, but the financial situation of everything was not a good time for me to leave to do YouTube for full time. So in August of 2016, me and Adrian got engaged. So then I was like, I definitely can't leave my job because we have to pay for a wedding. So in 2017, I was just like, even though we were planning for the wedding and, you know, paying for all this stuff for the wedding, I was still like, as soon as I can, I'm gonna try to leave my job and do YouTube. I was not all the way convinced because I knew that that's kind of a scary route to, you know, work for yourself and everything. So I was looking for, I would be at work looking for other jobs, like on Indeed and all this kind of stuff, looking for different jobs. And I think in 2017, I went on like 5 or 6 interviews, but nothing felt right. I didn't want to leave my teaching job and then go to another job that I hated. Particular time I went to this daycare because I was like, okay, middle schoolers, that's a lot. Let me just, you know, try to work at a daycare or something. So I went to this particular daycare that's local, and I was waiting on the person to interview me. So they sat me in this room with all infants. It was like 5 of them surrounding me. And then I was thinking, I looked around and I was just like, nope, this ain't it either. So I just told whoever was working there, just tell the lady that this won't work out. So I just left that. And then as we got closer to our wedding, that's when I started to get more sponsorships from, you know, different companies and stuff. And a lot of our wedding was paid for from YouTube, and this is when I was still teaching. If I just had my teacher salary and not YouTube, I don't think we could have, you know, had the wedding that we wanted to. Because with YouTube, you can always make more money, but with teaching, you had that, you know, steady salary, which is a good thing, but you couldn't make more than that. You couldn't make more than that. There was like a ceiling. You could only, you know, get pay increases every year. But with YouTube, it was different. So I was like, okay, I'm starting to make more money from YouTube than I am with teaching. So I was like, if I had the time to dedicate to filming all the time or most days, then I would have enough money to leave my job. So after the wedding was over, I think it was like December. We got married in November. In December, I was like, that's my goal. 2018, I'm out of here. And when you have that peace hit my heart, I was like, all the people that mattered were behind me fully. My husband, he's always been supportive. And he's seen like the growth of everything. And then my parents, so I was like already in my mind, 2018, I'm leaving. As far as everybody else, I turned my resignation in April of 2018. And then the words start to, you know, spread around school, and people were asking me, what am I gonna do and all that kind of stuff. Most people were kind of confused and kind of like, oh, okay, you're gonna leave. I got that feeling that people were thinking you're gonna leave something stable for something that's kind of loosey-goosey, because really being an influencer is it's new territory. But I didn't need the validation from people that don't, you know, pay my bills. Like, only person that really mattered in this whole thing was my husband, which is Adrian. So once he had his full support behind me, I was like, there's no doubt in my mind I'm leaving. Because I feel like it took a toll on my mental health a lot. And I think a lot of people's jobs do that, but teaching is very, very difficult. I don't think, if you're not a teacher, you just will not understand. But teachers have a lot to do. And for the amount that teachers get paid, it's just like, it's wild, the things that we have to do. We have to do so many things, but even though I did not enjoy teaching for the most part, I did enjoy some of the kids, and I feel like I am a natural teacher. It just doesn't have to be in a classroom. In June 6, 2018, that was my last day of teaching. And then I did have money saved up and everything, but then July hit, and that was like, that check stopped from teaching. So that was really scary. Like, the first time you're not getting a steady check, from the first time you don't get a steady check from your job, that's pretty scary. And I made a lot of mistakes as far as like business wise, like that first month out the gate. But when 2019 came, I definitely wanted to make some changes with my channel as far as behind the scenes things, like being more professional and contracts and all that stuff. Overall, there's not anything super negative I can say about being a full-time influencer, because I knew what it was like to be miserable every day going to a job I did not enjoy. And this is no way at all me like bashing teaching, because I still teach, or I still have the ability to teach as well if I wanted to go back, because I still have all my credentials. But it just, the way it was structured of having to do this every day, being in a classroom, having to abide by, you know, the school's rules and how you dress and everything, I was just like, I don't think this is the life for me. And I know to some people that sounds crazy, but I just didn't feel like that was the life for me. And at the same time, I don't feel like entrepreneurship is for everybody either. I think, you know, some people are perfectly fine, you know, it's perfectly okay to work a 9-to-5 and everything like that. I'm not knocking that at all, but I didn't feel like it was for me. Do I miss teaching? Pretty much no, but I do miss seeing the kids, how they develop, and hearing all their stories about their little lives and everything. And when I actually did get to teach, because I feel like 60% of the time it was like dealing with things outside of teaching, like behavior issues and all that stuff. But when I did get to teach, and you know, certain things would click with students and stuff, that was always really exciting. So I do miss that. And I do see myself like teaching art workshops, but I don't think I would ever go back to teaching at a school full time. I just feel like that just wouldn't work for what I want to do. Scary things though, as far as like the business things behind it, paying taxes. Like, if you work as a teacher or anybody with a 9-to-5, they automatically take your taxes out and everything. But when you are a, you know, self-employed, you have to manually set money aside for tax time, or you're gonna have to owe a whole lot of money. And I don't mean like a little bit, I mean a lot. And when I was still teaching and then I had YouTube income, that hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, what? I owe how much? Okay. And all this stuff is not something you hear about. Nobody teaches you this stuff. And I've had to learn pretty much everything I know about YouTube, and being an influencer, I've had to seek out that information and learn from trial and error. But I would not trade this position I'm in for anything. This has been a dream. I was not expecting for this to be what I do on a daily basis, but I really am appreciative, and I thank God for where I am now, because I just did not think this is what my life was going to be. And I just really appreciate, I'm just very grateful for where I am. I think sometimes people, they can try to put fear in your heart and say, what if YouTube shuts down or Instagram shuts down? If it does, I'm still certified and I can teach anywhere. And also, I would rather have went for it than to not gone for it and be like, oh, what if I would have, you know, stepped out and did my own thing. So no regrets. I'm really glad I went for it, and I have more time to take care of myself mentally. I'm back in therapy and all that stuff. I'm back in therapy, and I have times to take mental breaks from social media and stuff, because social media constantly can be too much. So I do take, you know, self-care days and everything when I need to. As far as like negativity and stuff, if you are a YouTuber and you're putting yourself out there, you're putting yourself out there to people that really like you, or you're putting yourself out there to people who love and appreciate you, but also people who are haters and just are negative. And I do realize both watch my channel, haters and people that love me. So I do have some people that say negative things sometimes, but most of the time I screen that stuff before it hits my channel, so you won't get the time to even be on my channel. So I usually block that kind of stuff, but a lot of times I do clap back when people say some off the wall stuff, because at the end of the day, it's still my channel. I control it and have things go the way that I want it to be. Even though I do, you know, I have put personal stuff on here as far as like my wedding and stuff. I don't want to put everything about my life online, because I think that's stupid. Because just like I said, there's people that love you that watch your channel, but there's also haters and negative people that watch your channel. So I don't put Adrian on my channel as much as I used to, because I feel like there should be some privacy still. I appreciate privacy a lot more than I did a couple years ago when you would see Adrian on my channel all the time. So yeah, so this video was kind of all over the place, but I just wanted to give you guys an update, because I did have a few people that asked me about, you know, how's it been being a full-time influencer. The short answer is it has been great. It has allowed me to it has opened doors for so many other things because of my beauty channel, and you know, the success of that. I've been able to teach classes about my YouTube experience. I've just told you guys a little bit about how everything is going, but I didn't tell you specifics of how it is to work with different companies and all that kind of stuff, and all the mistakes that I've made. I'm actually going to be teaching a class in October. I'm going to be teaching another YouTube workshop here in South Carolina. It is not online. It's going to be in Greenville, South Carolina on October 27th. In this class, it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2, and it's going to be packed full of all the information, like all the equipment I used, how to approach brands, and just a whole bunch of information about how I am able to do this every single day. So if you are in the area, in, you know, surrounding areas of Greenville, South Carolina, or in North Carolina, Georgia, or Florida, and you are free and would like to come to my class, you can head over to MR Beauty Academy and sign up there. And I'm just going to be spilling the tea on everything in that class. I had a class in April, and I had about 4 or 5 ladies that came, and that class just went really well. We were supposed to do one in July, but we had like low attendance, so we canceled that one. And even if this class gets canceled, it's not gonna hurt my feelings because I'm just gonna carry on with what I do every day. This is for people who are trying to do YouTube full-time. That's what this class is about. If you're somebody that can't come to my class, you can always watch my older videos, but it won't get into like sponsorships and, you know, specifics about, you know, money and stuff. But you can just watch that free information. Everything I'm sharing in this class, you can always Google it and find videos on YouTube. You can do that easily, but it's nice when you can go to an actual class and have somebody sit down with you and get one-on-one, you know, feedback. Yeah, so if you're in the area, definitely sign up. I have a lot of knowledge to share with you guys. I just wanted to share all this because I feel like some people, when I was looking for videos on how to leave teaching or people that left teaching, there was like not a lot of videos out there, so I didn't know if it was the best for me to do that. But I feel like there's a lot of people or a lot of teachers that want to leave their job eventually, but people don't understand because it's such a stable job. And I get that it's very stable, and I feel like some people will shame you out of, or shame you into staying where you are. I would just say, if you feel in your heart and you know you have the means and the views and the income that's consistent to do it, then I would say leave. Be smart about it, because I wasn't a dummy when I left. I saw consistency with my finances, and that's when I left. I wouldn't just be like just starting out and just leave, unless you have a super strong game plan or something like that. But I wouldn't seek the validation or seek the opinion from people that just don't understand what it's like. I wouldn't look for validation from people that just don't understand that being an entrepreneur is a real thing and you can have success with it. If the people like your spouse or your parents, they support you, then that's all the support you need. You don't need support from complete strangers or your co-workers to do what you want to do. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family. Remember, if you are in the surrounding areas of Greenville, South Carolina, I am teaching that workshop. It is not online. Again, it is not online. It is just an in-person class. So if you're around, definitely sign up, and hopefully I'll see you in my class. And I will see you guys in the next video. Shout out to my Premier Squad. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.